When cleaning your vehicle by valeting, steaming, waxing or polishing, make sure the engine is also sound. Servicing your vehicle with Gold synthetic oil and any quality Gold oil massages the engine, removes deposit, protects it from wear and tear for longer lasting performance, and makes your vehicle feel pampered. Made for diesel and super engines. Remember, after every 15,000 kilometers of enjoying your ride, service your engine with Gold synthetic oil.
Well, you're a champion. That's why I, Azuma Nelson, 3 times world boxing champion and a patriot, always choose Gold.
Ashene Pankasa. Gold, good energy. When cleaning your vehicle by valeting, steaming,
My father was my mentor from childhood. He was a contestant in the 1996 edition. And so he used to make me watch the quiz. That time I think it was 3 contestants per school. And then one day I watched one contest, it was Prempeh versus St. Louis. And we were beaten, so I think it was quite a pain to me. So I wanted to do it for the school and win. So it was my idea and then my dream to enter into Prempeh College and win the quiz.
Undoubtedly, the National Science and Math Quiz has done a lot for the student body in Ghana. Over 500 schools from all over the country are represented by 3 students each at the regional and national levels of the competition. The competition compels students to widen their scope of study beyond the syllabus. The teachers go to all lengths to find the appropriate materials for the students to solve some sample past questions. For the teachers, whether their schools get to the finals or not is not the only aim. A good performance by the students who make up the team in the West Africa Senior Secondary Certificate Examinations is an added incentive for the toil. Exactly what does this program mean to the individual student?
It helped me to work under pressure, looking at what you are supposed to do within a very short period of time.
It's helped me believe that yes, there was something more than just studying and passing exams.
I had this confidence in me, and this separated me from other normal students.
Learning to understand people, learning to be resilient. These all came with the quiz, and they've stayed with me till now.
I really got in touch with some special people with some great minds, because the quiz is there for great minds when it comes to science.
A platform for you to study much harder, represent your school.
You wanted to have the bragging rights. You wanted to make your parents proud. You want them to see you on TV, so you really work hard. And it also brings some healthy competition among the students.
Who are learning a lot from me, what I did on campus, and I think it's a plus for me.
What we do on stage is a reflection of what happens behind closed doors, because there's a lot of inputs that goes into what we do on stage. So the 2 people represent the knowledge that about 7 or 8 or even 10 people have.
It does not matter which part of the country their school is located. Preparation is the common denominator for all. The numerator, or the how factor, remains for the individual.
So the maiden edition of the Nsmq 2018 review. On this platform, we'll be taking a second look at all the contests that have taken place so far at this year's edition of the National Science and Maths Quiz. Last week, we had about 36 preliminary stage of contests, of which the winners with the 18 highest losing schools progressed to the 1A stage of competition. It has been exciting, fun, thrilling, and nerve-wracking competitions we've had so far. Today we had 3 separate 1-8 contests, of which St. Thomas Aquinas, first runner-up of last year's competition, emerged winner of that particular competition. I have with me 3 individuals who will be bringing to bear their perspective about how the contest has gone so far. And close to me is the winner of the 2017 National Science and Maths Quiz, and he's in the person of Prempe Wanda Safo Ansa, right?
Yeah.
Congratulations and welcome to the show. Also close to him is Abigail Redu, and she is in charge of social media at the National Science and Maths Quiz. And close to her too is Mr. Kweku Yebua, aka Procedia, and he is the moderator, or he is the person in charge of the Anglican SHS Kumasi contestants who participated in this year's edition. They'll be bringing to bear their view of how the contest has gone so far, and we'll take all the contests one after the other and review and tell you which of the schools have so far gained qualification into the quarterfinals. That is the money zone. Hello, welcome.
Thank you.
First of all, I would want to start with you, Wanda. How did you view the contest so far?
Okay, I think the contests have been interesting, starting from Monday to today, that's Saturday. The contests have all been interesting. We've seen the likes of 3 seeded schools losing their seats. We've seen St. Louis perform amazingly, taking out 1 seeded school. Yeah. And then today we saw Cass being very close to Aquinas, almost taking them out. So I think so far the questions and everything have been very good.
Okay. I want you to take the first contest, that is the one involving KNUST SHS, Sunyanyi SHS, as well as Adan. I think this particular contest, to me, is good for a starter for the 1A stage, because until the last riddle was read in the final round, we really did not know who was winning and who was gaining qualification into the quarterfinals. But can you take me through that particular contest and tell me who won that first 1A stage contest?
Okay, that contest was as interesting as you said. And then we saw KNUST SHS winning. Though they started on a poor note, but they managed to win. And then what I observed was that KNUST, throughout this competition for this week, have been the only school to have bounced back after not leading the contest as round 2. So, I mean, it was very impressive on their side. Because so far, what I've observed is that if you are losing by the end of round 2, it's very difficult to bounce back, yeah. But KNUST was able to prove that's wrong. So, yeah, they did very well. And then their riddles was very strong. Because at round 4, you see that they were still not in lead. I mean, they were actually third.
Trailing with 10 points.
Yeah, so they were at 30 points there. Yes. But at the end of round 5, they won with 40 points, meaning they got 10 points from the riddles out of the 20 points, which is very good, yeah, for a school like that.
You recall that they would have been the first seeded school to have lost their position to a school that was coming from the preliminary. So we realized that they were trailing from all the first four rounds and until the final round when they had they answered 3 riddles to gain 10 points to gain qualification, passing Sunyanyi SHS as well as Adan SHS. Abigail, you have been in charge of social media, but I want you to take the second riddle at the second contest involving 2-time champions Infantipim School as well as Nandom SHS and Bolgatanga Girls. How did that contest go for you?
In my perspective, that contest was really, I would say they had it quite easy because we had seen the performances of Nandom and Bolgatanga Girls, and all of you attest to the fact that they weren't really a strong team. But Infantipim proved themselves to be a very formidable team. So going forward, I think all the other schools should really watch out for them because they are not here to play at all.
But again, can you tell us the gap or the point margin between Infantipim School, Nandom, as well as Bolgatanga Girls?
Right from the onset, the gap had been set. It was a really open contest right from the first round up until the last round. And then on social media, people were just saying all sorts of things like they should end the contest and that. It wasn't even a contest. It was just like regional something for them. It wasn't a contest. That's what people were saying. And then it was quite true what it is. But yeah, I think other schools should watch out for them.
So it was just a walkover for Infantipim.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. That's what it looked like, yeah.
Procedure. I mean, you had the opportunity to also view the third contest for the first day of 1/8 stage competition, and it involves Nsmq record holders, Presbyterian Boys, Legon. and they came up against Yasantua SHS as well as Presby SHS in Kwetia. How did that contest also go for you?
In fact, at the beginning, I thought Yasantua could have done something better. But on the day, it seemed that this competition is not favoring the ladies because the best female school or the best girls' school in Ghana here, I may stand for correction, is Wesley Girls High School, the one in Cape Coast. But they have not won the competition before. And you look at the pressure in the game, in particular the round 2, the speed race, is not good for the ladies. So to me, it will be very difficult for girls' school to win this competition. Because 25 years now, they've not won. I remember 1999. That is where a girls' school came close. That was Wesley Girls against Infante Pin.
Exactly.
Where Bubune Adi, the likes of Bubune Adi, and some people have forgotten. It's quite a long time. But they still lost. So you see that, as Wanda was saying, the moment a boys' school and a girls' school meet,
they tend to intimidate them.
Not that intimidation, but you know the pedigree of Presec.
Exactly.
They've won 5 times. Presec is going to meet Yasantua girls. In fact, you can predict. You can predict. So that contest, it was a perfect win for Presec. Anybody who, before the contest, people were predicting that Presec will win, and definitely they won. So that contest was not a surprise.
But do you think that past glory really counts when it comes to the National Science and Math Quiz? And in this case, as you rightly said, Presec are the record holders when it comes to the National Science and Math Quiz. Do you think because of their record at this particular national stage, it tends to have an effect on the other 2 schools, other 2 losing schools in this particular competition?
No. Past glories are not counting. For the fact that those who won the competition, they are not the same people who are doing it this time. So it doesn't count. And as a matter of fact, they keep changing Nsmq coordinators. When you keep changing coordinators, you will get a problem. Because consistency plays part of the game. So you can see that one Mr. Pepra was handling Presec.
Yeah.
For a long time. They won 5. Now, Mr. Pepra is no more there. You see that it's become very difficult. That consistency broke. And as a matter of fact, when you go to our various schools, some teachers will say, oh, he has gone to pension, you should not let him come back. A whole lot of things. But I think if you want to win science and math quiz, consistency plays mass important. I think if Mr. Pepra were to be at Presec now, they have gone to maybe number 6 or 7. I tell you. Let's take Pope Jones, for instance. Pope Jones won in 2001. After winning, some of the teachers were saying, oh, we can also do the job. So the consistency broke. And now, they are not winning. Prempeh College won in 1994, 1996. And that consistency also broke. And they won in 2015.
And so you came in.
Yeah, I came in.
Exactly.
Yes, actually, I'm not the only person doing the work.
Exactly.
Even when I came in, we came to study the game.
Oh, okay.
2012, 2013. We were not winning. At that time, we were minnows in the science and math quiz. Though Prempeh College is a very big school, but at that time, those who were handling the quiz team, they were no more there. And there was a break in 2010 and 2011. So most of the science and math quiz teams collapsed. So when the letter came, most of the students decided not to attend. But it will be an indictment on the integrity of the school
if they don't
turn up. So I think now Prempeh, in 3 years' time, Prempeh has won twice.
Exactly.
Because of the consistency.
Exactly.
So now, I think from that perspective, the question that you asked me, that past glories are counting, it doesn't count.
Okay.
What counts is consistency.
But we realize that in this particular contest, they won by a huge margin. They won with 60 points, and the second place, Nandom SHS, came with 13 points, and Bolgatanga Girls came third with 3 points. So meaning that they have been eliminated from the 1A stage. But before that, you think that Bolgatanga Girls even won their preliminary stage of contest with the lowest scores of 17. So you realize that the girls really are suffering, or the girls are really not pulling their weight when it comes to the national science and maths quiz. And I think it's not only about intelligence, but it's also, there are certain issues that also play a key role in determining or how far the girls' schools also go in that particular contest.
Please,
but I'll hold your thoughts. I'll come back to you. Let me come to Wanda.
I want to say something about
just hold your thought. Let me get Wanda's perspective on the fourth 1A stage involving Ibri Girls, Obuasi SHS, and Ebuakwa State College. Here in this contest, an all-female girl won this particular contest.
I think the fourth was rather between National.
Exactly, Ghana National, Swedro, as well as St. Mary's.
Yeah, I mean,
that contest go for you?
Oh, to me that contest wasn't that interesting. That's my opinion.
Okay.
Because you see, Ghana National College dominating throughout the rounds. It wasn't much of a contest to me. They were dominating from round 1 straight to round 5, and then that shows how much of a less endowed school Swedru and St. Mary's are in terms of the quiz, that is.
But you'll agree with me that there's the same Swedru SHS that took St. Augustine's College from the regionals.
It could have been by chance, or then again, it could have been because they were preparing to qualify. Some have lower aims. Some schools, I actually know some schools which come with the aim of being seeded.
Okay.
And after that, they do not think of proceeding to the next round. So it could have been Swedru's aim to come to this main stage. Yeah, because they didn't give a contest, seeing what they did. But then they actually did well in the speed race and then some of the other rounds, like the round 4, and then they got 10 points there. So yeah, they really tried, but then they were no match for national.
But unlike other contests that we saw earlier, you realize that the gap between Ghana National as well as Swedru wasn't that huge relative to what we saw in Infantipim's contest as well as Presec Legon's contest. Do you think that they were seeded actually?
Yeah.
Do you think that Swedru really did well and should probably have qualified to the quarterfinals?
Okay, I would say they did their best, but as I said earlier on, they weren't a match for Ghana National College. Yeah, because I can see they really did. They had 16 to Ghana National's 19 in round 1, and in the end, National beat them by 14 points, meaning they did what they could do, but they weren't a match for them at all.
Abigail, in the 5th contest, which schools met and what was the outcome?
The 5th contest was Ibri Girls, Obuasi SHS, and Ebuakwa State College. And I'll be a little biased here and say I was for the girls.
Oh, really?
Because girl power, what else? And then they proved themselves, because Ibri Girls, last year the team was amazing, and then this year they came on and then they fought well, and then they won the contest. Throughout the rounds, I think they dominated throughout the rounds. Obase and Ebuakwa didn't really give them a really good contest, but that didn't stop them. They held on to the game and then they fought and then they came out victorious, which is very, very credible.
Remember, they were the first all-ladies school to have won
and that is
qualification into the quarterfinals of this year's edition.
That was a great achievement for them. Yeah.
And remember, they were seeded, and they've seeded their school this year as well again. That was good, and that was, I think, counts for, a plus for the all-ladies school.
For the all-ladies school.
Procedure, what about the following contest? How did it go for you?
The following contest, I wanted to make a point so far as the ladies are concerned so far in the National Science and Maths quiz that I told you is not favoring them. But at times, I'll come to the contest 6.
Yeah.
Because I've seen a lady, Bolgatanga Senior High School, it was all ladies affair. Though I think it's a mixed school, or it was Bolgatanga SHS.
It was
Bolgatanga
Bolgatanga
SHS. Okay. University practice, Bolgatanga SHS, and Osei Tree. That was contest 6. Exactly. But before I come to the other contests, I've been a science and maths quiz coordinator since 2012. One thing I've realized is that when you are training the science and maths quiz students, the ladies will come and tell you, say, the quiz is wasting my time.
Really?
I want to concentrate on my WASI. At times, even teachers mastermind this.
But you agree with me that the National Science and Maths, preparing students, especially leaders for this particular contest, also in a way give them a boost for their WASI. So why would, that come up?
The problem is that, we don't have a specified syllabus for science and maths quiz.
Yes.
We have, actually, SHS syllabus form as a base. But when you come here, you see that there are questions concerning university level 100 and level 200 questions. So can you prepare a student to come for science and maths quiz with only SHS syllabus? You will not reach anywhere. So what you have to do is to give them extra tuition. So they call that extra tuition non-fa. So if it's non-fa, then it's non-factual, meaning it will not come in the WASI examination. So why should she waste her time on joining the quiz team? Do you get me? But boys, they are enthusiastic. All the boys want to be part of the team.
So I think the point has been made. What really going forward should be done so that we can move on? Because we have a number of contests that we need to review.
My suggestion is that when we are teaching them, we have to start with the WASI, the WASI syllabus aspect, so that they will enjoy. Immediately you mingle it with university level 100 questions. Something like ocular anatomy. Ocular anatomy, we don't do it in SHS. But it will come. A force is a vector quantity, so it means the force can be written as a vector. And in SS, we do I and J. IJ notation.
All right.
Where I is the unit vector along the S axis and J is the unit vector along the Y axis.
Very well.
But here, when we come, you see I, J, and K.
I think we would really look at that at another discussion, another forum. Okay. I would want you to, in the 6th contest at the 1A stage, we had university practice SHS as well as coming up against Bolgatanga SHS as well as Osei Tree. In that contest, university practice won. They have been really consistent when it comes to the National Science and Maths quiz. In the 7th contest too, that was when the first school from the preliminary stage of competition won the 1A stage to be seeded for next year's edition of the National Science and Maths quiz. Abigail, when it comes to the 8th contest, we have Sandema SHS, St. John's Grammar School as well as Anglo SHS. In that contest, we also had a seeded school from last year's competition losing its slots to a school from the preliminary. How did that go?
That contest was it was a great contest. It was a good contest because Sandema proved themselves. Like it was just amazing. But then in the case of Anglo, I think that's a case where they just came in the name of the school. Their predecessor came and did all the work, and then they thought they could just come and ride on the glory, but that was not the case at all for them. Sandema really showed them that they're forced to reckon with. They came to win. They didn't come to play, and it's amazing. It's really, really amazing. I was so excited because Sandema is from up north, and then that's everybody thinks that they come and then they lose and then go back home. But
exactly.
They showed them something.
They came to participate, not to win the competition, but they proved themselves a force to reckon with when it comes to the national science.
For the first time, we have a serious school coming from up north.
Exactly. And I think they would be one of the candidates for the JEP award, which is going to of less endowed school. Exactly. We also had Adisadel College coming up against the Ashanti region base Osei Tutu Ola SHS. How did that contest go? Yes, sir. Who won that contest?
Adisadel won that contest.
Yes. How did they go?
In fact, Adisadel did very well, but I was thinking Osei Tutu could have won that competition because Osei was having the highest score in the prelims.
Exactly.
To be precise, they were the best prelim school. And unfortunately, they met Adisada College.
And lost to them by 10-point margin.
Yes.
Exactly.
So, in fact, it was very painful. It was very painful. Some people were even suggesting that even in the balloting, we should have pot 2.
I think that is also another discussion we need to look at a different forum.
Because it was very painful.
Exactly.
They did very well.
I know. They did very well, but when they came across, up against Adisada, they lost by 10-point margin. But another contest that I think was also interesting was the one involving Opoku-Wari, GSTS, and Our Lady of Mount Carmel girls SHS. Before Opoku-Wari would come to the 1A stage, they had lost to an unassuming school, Sunrise SHS. Nobody knew about Sunrise SHS, but they lost to them. But they came back strongly in the 1/8 to redeem their name. Wonder, how did that contest go?
I mean, as for that contest, I was actually here, not to do against, but this time support Opoku-Wari for a change.
You sure about that?
Oh, yeah. For the first contest, I was actually against them. I won't hide that. But for the second contest, I supported them. And I actually think they vented their anger on the two competitors, the other two competitors. Because it is quite painful to be beaten by Sunrise. Exactly. As a big school like, Opoku-Wari, it was quite painful. Yeah. So when they came with that revenge at mind. So, you see, they were leading throughout.
Exactly.
From round 1 straight to the last round. And they had, I think now they are with the second highest score.
Exactly.
In this stage of the competition.
Up until today's contest involving St. Peter's SHS, they were the people who led or who had the highest scores in the, at the 1A stage. Abigail, I know definitely our social media platforms have been buzzing with a lot of information or a lot of tweets, a lot of messages on Facebook and Twitter. Can we have just a few of them and what people are saying about the contest we've had so far?
About the contest we've had so far, people are, they have mixed feelings, especially when your school is losing. Of course, you wouldn't come and say nice things. So they come and they say all sorts of things about cheating and stuff like that, which is not true, of course. Yeah. But when your school is losing, then you come and jubilate and then stuff like that. So that's how it's been throughout the whole contest. Yeah, that's how it's.
So as of now, what are people really saying?
Now, people are commending us, saying that we have taken the things a bit further, telling us well done. We've taken the competition at a higher notch this year. Good job. Yeah, those are the comments we are receiving.
All right.
For this particular show.
All right, thank you very much. Do well and keep your tweets and messages coming, and we'll do well to read them to you as and when we get them. But before we go, I think we have had 18 1-age stage of competition already. We are left with 9 of them. Then we say it's a wrap for the 1-age stage. 18 schools have already seeded, and they have gained qualification to the quarterfinals, also known as the money zone, because there are so many money at stake at this particular end. In the first contest that will start on Monday, it will involve Tamale SHS, Achimota School, as well as APAM. I mean, Tamale is a seeded school, and they did exceptionally well last year. Do you recall Zulira?
Yeah.
And do you think they are forced to reckon it with when it comes to Monday's first 1-8 stage of contest?
Oh, yeah, exactly. I mean, because I know the one coming, one of them, is called Yunus Mohammed, and I actually know him very well, and he's very good. I know he will cause some kind of shock on Monday. He might take Achimota School out, yeah.
You sure about that?
Oh, yeah.
I think Abigail wouldn't agree with you because he is an old student of Achimota.
It's no longer about the name. It's about the one representing the school. Yeah.
So whom are you tipping? Whom are you tipping for that particular contest?
I tip Tamasco.
Over Achimota and APAM.
Yeah.
What about you, Abigail? The second contest for Monday would involve West African SHS, Konogo Dumasi, KJB, Astato SHS. Who do you think would come out victorious from this particular slot?
I can't say for now, but I'm tipping Konogo Dumasi to win that contest because they did really well at the prelims. I think they had a second highest score.
Yes, they had. Until Osei came with the highest.
So I'm tipping them to win unless they come and then they let loose. But I'm tipping them to win.
Yeah, but you will also recall West African SHS. They are their contestants that participated last year. They were in Form 2 when they participated in 2017. Right. So the experience would come to bear when it comes to this year.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
nobody knows. Anything can change.
Knows,
but you are tipping Konongo Dumasi based on their performance at the prelims.
Yeah.
What about you, Mr. Presidia? Agri Memorial SHS will come against Sunrise again and Kumasi SHTS. Who do you think would come out victorious?
In fact, if I want to be biased, I will go in for KSTS. If I want to be biased, I will go in for KSTS because they come from Ashanti region. Actually, I know them.
So who do you tip? We don't have time.
I tip KSTS.
KSTS. What about you? On Tuesday, we'll have Takrady SHS coming up against my alma mater, St. Margaret Mary and Labonio. Whom do you tip to win this contest?
I cannot actually tip. I don't know any of them.
Yeah.
But I think I'll go for Takrady.
Oh, I think St. Margaret Mary will definitely win this contest
like
by sure. All right. And Holy Child again, they were seeded from last year's competition. They'll be coming up against Breman Esekuman as well as Ekwamuman. Who do you think would
Holy Child, you don't have to ask because it's a girls' school. I told you I'm biased.
Yeah.
Holy, I'm tipping Holy Child to win. I hope they don't disappoint me. I hope they don't.
Should they disappoint you? It means that they'll be going back to regionals. And
that's the thing. I just hope they see through this.
And the last contest for the day, Tuesday, Nimfa SHS, Jojapenyi SHS will come up against another all-ladies school, Krobo Girls SHS. Who do you see going through?
Yes, I think Nifa will go through, but if Nifa loses, then it's a problem with that consistency I was talking about because their quiz coordinator is no more. So it has broken.
Yeah, so you think Nifa, you tip Nifa
I tip Nifa.
I sail through. Okay, Accra Academy again would come up against Volta Region, Awudome SHS and St. Hubert's SHS. Remember, Accra Academy has come under serious criticism for being one of the so-called creme de la creme schools not to have won the contest. So whom do you tip?
Okay, I'll tip St. Hubert because I want more seeded schools to come from Ashanti region.
Oh, okay.
That's why.
Okay. For the second contest for the last day of 1/8, I think I'll go in for Eduman SHS because they did so well at the preliminary stage, and the final contest will come against our reigning champions, Prempeh College, Xavier SHS, St. Francis Xavier. I need not to ask you, and I need not to ask you too. Abigail, who do you see going through this competition?
You put me in a tight spot here. I hope I won't be in trouble with Wanda if I say anything against Prempeh. I can't tell. I honestly can't tell. Anytime I look at that contest, I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be crazy. But definitely, one person is going to come out a winner. I cannot tell who is going to win. I just wish all of them the best that day.
Okay. But it will be a big blow to our reigning champions should they lose this competition. But thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me for the maiden edition of NSMQ 2018 review. Viewers, we thank you for joining us for today's edition of the NSMQ 2018. Do well, same time, Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. as we bring you all that you need to know with respect to the results of the remaining 1A stage of competition for this year's edition of the National Science and Maths Quiz, as well as the quarterfinals pairing for this year's edition of NSMQ 2018. Thank you for joining us. My name is Emmanuel Jivenu, and have a good evening.